y'all, what's up? It's your favorite girl here, Bex 21. We are back at it with another video here on my health channel, and yes, we're back in the kitchen, baby, the kitchen. And you know what? Sorry if y'all hear something. It's the rumba. It's loud. I didn't expect it to be this loud, but baby, two birds with one stone. But you know, I haven't done recipes because it's tourist season, and tourist season has been whooping my ass. Can I be honest? Okay, I can't even count how many times I done ate out this entire tourist season. That's a problem, baby. I've probably spent at least $300-400. Not just me, okay, treating people as well, but that's a problem. So we're back at it in the kitchen because we don't need to do that. We are going to do another pasta style recipe. This recipe is so, I just love it. It's like fun. This is a perfect recipe if you got kids, or if you just want something to like hit your little inner child. Like this is a little fun recipe, okay? There are a couple ingredients that you are gonna need, so we're gonna get into that. It's gonna be like a lasagna roll-up. Exactly what it sounds like. A cheesy roll-up with veggie essentially is the way, but we're gonna make the cheese ourselves, so it's gonna be really light on the stomach. I make sure when I do a lot of these recipes, if you don't know, there's something called like food combining is what they call it, food combinations and things of that sort. So I keep that in mind when I do my recipes to make sure that it doesn't cause much indigestion and things of that sort, stomach problems, gas, because your man's is tired of you farting in front of him. Can we be honest? Anyway, oh, don't mind the OE, okay? What's for the ancestors? Y'all know the deal. Anyway, we're gonna get right into it with the ingredients. Okay, these are gonna be the ingredients. We're gonna like it up, okay? Again, ignore the rumba. I'm sorry if it's loud. You hear that machine going in the back, but gotta do what you gotta do, baby. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna need is some cashews. I don't have enough of the organic raw, so I'm gonna mix it because I need about 2 cups, maybe about 2.5. This might do it, but I'm not sure. So I got an extra one. I got this one from Sam's Club, Mother's Market. You're gonna need an onion. You don't need a whole onion, probably about half of, if your onion is this big, about half of it. You're gonna need some lemon. This is gonna be for your cheese sauce. We're gonna need mushroom. You can use these or the baby bellas, the brown ones, or anything like that. Just depends on whatever you need. We're gonna use some spinach. This is the organic spinach here. It's baby spinach. It really doesn't matter, but just make sure you get enough because when you cook spinach, it definitely will shrink on you. You are gonna need some bell pepper. I definitely recommend like a 3-pack like this. It's perfect. It's exactly what you need. Okay, I got these from Target. You're gonna need a box of lasagna. Okay, we got the organic one here from Whole Foods. This is an extra ingredient, but I have to add it in. This would definitely be necessary at the end. You can make this cheese sauce a truffle sauce. I will give you guys another recipe later on to make a truffle cheese sauce, so then you guys can make truffle mac and cheese like dairy-free vegan style. But I'm gonna add this on top. If y'all want it poppin', then I suggest you get this. You can get it from Amazon or Whole Foods. This is the hotter one. The regular one, it just adds truffle. There's no spice to me, so this actually has some spice with a little truffle. You're gonna need some Italian seasoning. I have basil here and oregano. You're gonna need nutritional yeast. This is for the cheese. We're also gonna need some not beef bouillon. Okay, y'all can't, I don't know why y'all trying to skip this step here. Okay, she's very necessary and needed. There's no, and I mean no, other substitute for bouillon cubes that taste like this, that tastes that good, besides the liquid versions that I've showed you in previous videos. We have some onion powder here. We got pink salt, paprika, black pepper, and Trader Joe's 21 Salute. Y'all know how I, so this not too much, but we're gonna get right into it with this recipe. Okay, your first 2 steps, we want to soak these mushrooms because we want to get all this dirt off. Like, oh, you might not be able to tell, but there's dirt in here now. It's nasty. We don't want to eat that. Okay, so make sure you're soaking your mushrooms well till all the dirt comes off. For the most part, that's step number 1. The other step is boiling some water. This is my respiratory theme. Okay, shout out to the hood healer, so y'all can ignore that. But we want to make sure we boil water here. This is going to be for the cashews. I already showed you guys how to do this with the cashews, so if you're new, maybe you're gonna have to watch the other video, okay, because we're not gonna do repeated shit here, and that's on a period. So make sure you boil your water, and we're gonna get it for the cashews. Okay, so we have the cashews in the back. Again, I did this on another video, so I'll leave that down below. You know, we're just not repeating things. You gotta keep up, baby. You gotta watch them all, catch them all like Pokemon, ho. Okay, anyway, I went ahead and chopped up the bell peppers here. As you see, it looks so nice, don't it? Okay, it's a vibe. Eat your colors, ho. Just so you guys know, a little trick to the bell peppers, okay? You're technically not supposed to put the little white part in there, okay? Learn that from Ramsay. Child, we be watching the shows. Make sure you guys kind of cut around it. I'm now gonna chop up the mushrooms. They already soaked and everything. I rinsed them off. And then I'll be back after I slice those up. Okay, we still have the cashews brewing. We're gonna let those sit until we finish cooking. Here, I already sliced up the mushroom, and as you can see, it's just pretty thin, whatever slices. Okay, I cut off the bottoms of them and thinly sliced them, excuse me. Now, here we have some onion that is chopped. Yes, I used my chopper, child, because it's easier. Okay, we're gonna use our handy dandy grapeseed oil now. No, I didn't put this in the beginning, but at this point, y'all should expect that from me. So I'm gonna pour it into my pan. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the cooking. Okay, here we go. I'm using my wok. Why? Because it's the biggest pan that I have, and it's a lot easier to break down everything because things are gonna shrink, but you know, obviously it's not gonna shrink right away. So use what we got. I put about half a cup of oil because we do have a lot of things we're gonna be cooking. First step, we're gonna go ahead and throw in some onion. Quarter of that onion that I'm putting in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in all my peppers. I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but I'm gonna put in garlic as well. This is organic garlic, as you guys can see. Okay, so here we go. Throw some garlic in there. This is just simple, okay? Just garlic, water, citric acid, and salt. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and stir this up. Allow the ingredients to marry. We wanna make these things sweat, you know, soften up a little bit. There's gonna be water that's gonna come out, but we kind of want that to pour out, okay? Because we don't want this to be soupy lasagna rolls. It's gonna be disgusting if we do that, okay? So stir it up, baby. Mix it up, baby. Okay, we'll be back in about a minute or two. Okay, here we are. I looked away for a second and some of the garlic got burnt, but we took it out. You do not want burnt garlic in your food because it has a nasty taste. So we're gonna go ahead and add in the mushrooms now. This is gonna help give some water. I turned it down a little until I put the mushrooms in. I'm gonna actually activate the mushrooms. If you guys, you know how the moisture will pull out of mushrooms? The way to do that is to add salt. So I'm actually gonna add some salt right now just to activate the mushrooms to put more moisture in here, so then that way the rest of the garlic doesn't burn. That's what I get for trying to multitask and listen to music and not pay attention, child. It'd be like that, but simple fix. So now we're gonna go ahead and stir in those mushrooms. I already added a little bit of salt. This is gonna have some water at the bottom of it. It doesn't matter because we're gonna end up adding salt to this BI anyway. So I want the onions to get wet. I want them to bring out moisture. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more salt. So in total, about half of a teaspoon of salt, because I need my mushrooms to start extruding that water so then we can start adding the rest of the seasoning. So I'm gonna let this cook down for like a minute, literally. Okay, so now you can see we pulled out the water from the mushroom. You see how we do that? I'm telling you, these little tricks and tips I be giving y'all is helping y'all. I know it is. All right, so now we're gonna get this tasting right, okay? Because we're not putting meat in this thing, but we want it to taste like there's meat, obviously. But yeah, if it looks a little soupy, just ignore it. It'll cook out some. We're gonna add 2 of the not beef bouillons, and I'm gonna stick it right here in the middle. That's how I like to do mine. Okay? And then I'm gonna just let this break down kind of in the middle where all the juice is flowing. Now I'm gonna add the Trader Joe's seasoning. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the seasoning that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of each. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm gonna end up straining some of this water out. You know, you might lose a little bit of flavor, so if you kind of over season it a little, it'll work out. I'm only gonna do about a half of a tablespoon on the paprika though, not too much of that. Now boo, when I tell you this smells amazing right now, it really does. It smells like a bell pepper meat, like a meat with bell peppers and ooh. Are y'all looking at, look at this. Can y'all see that? It looks amazing. It smells better, okay? But we're gonna allow this to cook down for about a minute or two. I don't think I'm gonna have to strain it because it's actually cooking out a lot of the juices on its own. As soon as the juices are pretty much gone, we are going to add the spinach. Make sure you guys have a pasta water going at this time. It's gonna start boiling in a second. Add your salt and your oil to your pasta water. I mean, you really don't need both, you just really need or, but salt is definitely needed for that. I'm not gonna put onions in my pasta water because we already have enough in here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add the spinach. And when I mean add the spinach, you see me putting handfuls, okay? Because the spinach, we all know it shrinks. I'm spilling this all over the floor, but we're gonna get that in a minute. I'm practically gonna put this whole container that I showed you guys in here because spinach just shrinks. Like, it seems like I put a lot, but once I start cooking it in, it's literally gonna like disappear. Make sure you pick through your spinach. I mean, even if it's like you think it's good, a lot of times some of these leaves are bad. As you can see, it don't even look like I barely put anything in there now. Spinach is a trickster, baby, let me tell you. All right, as you see it's a nice mix between the spinach. Damn, the camera is just not on it today. It's a nice mixture between spinach and mushroom. And as you see, all that water just pretty much went out. Now it's just juices. It's perfect. The spinach is still gonna cook down some and shrink a little more, but you know, how tasty does this look? Like, you guys could literally mix this with pasta noodles, you know, add whatever, add pasta water to this and it'll thicken up. You don't have to do the spinach rolls. You guys can put this on top of rice. You know, I try and give you guys tips so that way you guys can cook any way you want. Just have fun. Like I said, this is kid friendly, definitely. So now I'm just gonna put this off to the side and I'm gonna get started on my cheese. I'm gonna get started on my cheese sauce. Again, that's on my other video. I'll leave it down below so you guys can watch that if you're not familiar with how I make my cheese sauce. You know, I'm gonna make the cheese sauce. I'm gonna show you guys here on camera because I don't think I actually did a formal video on it. I'm also gonna throw these in the water because the water is starting to boil now. So everything should be done at the same time. Okay, here we are with the blender. This is about 3.5 cups of cashews. Ooh. Let me pull that forward a little. I like to make extra cheese sauce because you guys can always add it to something. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of 21 Salute by Trader Joe's. Okay. About almost a tablespoon of salt, and the reason why I'm doing that is because sometimes this motherfucker, you really need salt in it, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add pepper. I'm also gonna go ahead and add onion powder, a little bit of paprika, nutritional yeast, baby, because we know you're gonna put at least a cup, if not more, in here. That's where your cheese flavor is coming from. About a tablespoon of oil. That usually helps with like texture, and lemon juice. Now, if you want to make this Mexican, add green chilies into this, okay? And then keep some green chilies on the side. You know, add a little bit of oregano, whatever. You want to make an Italian cheese sauce, add oregano and basil. If you want to make a truffle cheese, okay, I got this from Trader Joe's. This is truffle powder seasoning. You can add this right now, or you can add truffle oil instead of the grapeseed oil. Baby, I'm giving you gems and I really hope you're catching them, okay? There's so many ways you can make a cheese sauce. You can make a garlic cheese sauce. You can do all kinds of whatever. This is 2.5 lemons. I'm not gonna add the whole thing. About to leave about the half, and I'm gonna blend it up. Taste it, see how it is, and then we'll get it moving. Okay, so this is our setup. Our cheese sauce tastes good. I totally forgot to tell you guys to put some water in here. I ended up using about 1.5 cups. You may need to use more, you may not, and I ended up using the rest of the lemon, and I added a little bit more nutritional yeast, okay? Now the next step, I'm gonna take the noodles. They're not all the way soft, but they're mostly soft. I'm gonna strain them, and then we're gonna start doing the roll-ups here. I got 2 trays because you're pretty much gonna need them. Here's the noodle. It's like kind of hard, kind of soft, like enough to be flexible. You want it like this because this is the easier way to roll it up, okay? And then it's also not too hot. I can put my hand on it and it's fine. So what I'm gonna do, take some of this, just throw it on, okay? This is not gonna be the prettiest thing, baby, but it's gonna taste amazing. We don't want to add too much because you're gonna roll it. So it's gonna spread out anyway. That's not me farting, child, that's water. So I just wanna make that known. That's the sink, okay? So here I go. Roll, 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 roll. Boom. First one is done. And it's just sitting right there. So literally you're just gonna keep repeating this process all the way until you used up all your noodles and or your cheese or whatever. I don't know how much you finna make, child, for how many people. But if you're craving pasta, this is like one of the best vegan recipes that I have found. I actually think everything is alkaline in this, if I'm not mistaken. Well, besides the noodles. I believe. The noodles are alkaline, so if you're able to find some lasagna noodles that are like made out of chickpea or something, then yeah, here we go. Just like that, baby. Amazing. You don't want to roll it too tight either, for real, because if you roll these things too tight, everything gonna be busting out the seams like me and some low-rise jeans. We got too much cake for that. All right, you guys, I'm gonna continue rolling these up off camera because it's kind of redundant. I did 3 already. You guys, I think, get the point. We'll be back when they're all laying flat, okay? I forgot to tell you, at this point, you do want to preheat your oven to about 350. You know, black people cook everything on 350. You don't really need anything higher or lower. You could do like a 325 if you like, but 350 should do it. Okay, so these are the roll up done. We're gonna put them in the oven. Yes, they look messy. Yes, it's a lot, but I'm telling you, they're fire. And it's gonna be a messy process. You can add it a little bit of cheese. I like to add cheese after they come out. You know, I like to let them bake as is, then add the cheese to it. I'm gonna show you, if you overcook your noodles, this is what you're gonna get. This was a leftover one, but do you see how it's just like hanging, it's ripping, all of that? That's what you're gonna get. So make sure that they're a little hard, not too hard, but enough to be flexible. So we're gonna put these in the oven for about 20 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes, and just let the cheese kind of melt a little bit, okay? And we'll be back. Okay, here are the roll-ups fresh out of the oven. I'm gonna pour a little bit of cheese over them, just a tad. You know, we want to make this look appetizing. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of parsley. We're gonna do a little montage, and you know, baby, we gotta do a taste test. Okay, hey you all, so we're back. If I look sweaty, baby, that's because I am. It was tight as hell in this damn kitchen. And here we are. Okay, I tried to plate. I'm learning how to plate well because it's easy to plate, but it's also not easy to plate. So I bought some plates, okay, because we know how I've been doing, so it's time to upgrade this pussy package. I'm gonna add the truffle hot sauce really quick. I didn't come to play with you hoes. I added a little bit of cheese on top, as you see. Okay, a little bit of decoration. But we're gonna add some of this truffle hot sauce. It's gonna squirt out. Okay, there's no denying that it's gonna squirt out when you cut it. I already know it's fire. I could just tell by the smell. All right, are we ready? Hang on. Oh, Father God, I'm gonna pray. I feel like I need to pray because it's so, like, I feel like I'm sinning during this tourist season with the truffle hot. Okay, all of it. Woo! This is better than the last time. I don't know what you're waiting on. What are you waiting on, girl? You ain't gonna make it? Well, boy, gotta stretch your pants. It's good. Make me feel like I gotta cuss. Make me feel like I gotta pray. Make me feel like I gotta dance and sing. Baby, this is it. I gotta go because I gotta go eat. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you guys make this recipe. I hope you enjoy it. And remember, tag me. Okay, and if I answer, DM me, because sometimes I don't be seeing it. I don't be picking up my phone like that. So DM me if y'all, you know, before your 24 hours is up so I can repost you. Anyway, it's fire. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Peace.